Hey there, everybody. Welcome. I'm so glad you could join me today. Today we'll be focusing on a short yoga practice for self-care. So I just want to take a minute and talk with you about what does self-care mean? What does self-care mean? A lot of times for people, the concept of self-care maybe brings up uncomfortable or fluffy feelings of pampering yourself or neglecting your duties. A lot of times what I hear from stressed people, a lot of busy, productive women, is I don't have time to take care of myself, or maybe even I don't deserve to take care of myself. But this is not true. In order to be efficient, in order to care for others and to do what we need to do, it's important to take care of ourselves and give ourselves permission to relax and unwind and take a little time just for yourself. So I'm really glad that you're here today. We'll be having just a nice, slow flowing kind of practice where we'll work our way up to standing, doing some nice stretches that should be pretty accessible to most of us. Here's my kitty Belle. She's going to practice maybe a little with us today. But also please feel free to make this time work for you, to make the poses comfortable, to make everything comfortable. So take what you need out of the practice, but feel free to leave the rest or do something else if that feels better for you. You can also do a lot of these poses from a chair if you prefer, and I'll try to call that out as well. You won't need any equipment other than a mat or space to practice. If your knees are tender, we will be on the knees just for a little bit. I invite you to grab yourself a nice little folded towel or blanket, because again, in our practice of self-care, it's really important to be comfortable. That's our main goal. So having said that, go ahead and get yourself settled in, get your mat rolled out. All right, everyone, go ahead and relax into your posture of choice. And then let's just take a few moments to center inward. So go ahead and sit up nice and tall in your chair or on your yoga mat. Maybe take a few moments to roll the shoulders back, sitting up nice and tall. And then if it is appropriate for you to do so, place one hand on the heart, one on the belly, and gently close the eyes. Let's begin to deepen our breathing in through the nose and out again through the nose. Begin to allow the breath to slow down, to settle, and just begin to draw your focus towards that breathing, towards the process of letting go, the process of noticing the breath. You may notice your thoughts coming and going from day to day and from moment to moment. Our thoughts, our emotions, our energy level, it all can change, and that's okay. It's actually a good thing. Sometimes we might be having a tough day or tough moment, but we can know that it won't always be this way, that things change, and that you will move through to better times. So I invite you now, as we begin our self-care, self-love practice, to just reflect again on what self-care means to you. What do you need right now? What would help you feel calm, at peace? Perhaps take a moment and think of a mantra or word for yourself that will help you feel more calm or at peace. Perhaps it's a simple word such as calm or love. Breathe in that thought, or just be present with breath. You are in charge of your actions and your life. And know that through the practice of self-care, you can start to become your authentic self and better be present in life and in service to others. Breathing deeply now. Let's go ahead and slowly start to open the eyes, just keeping a nice, soft, internal focus. Good. And then from here, we'll begin our self-love, self-care practice with a little bit of what we call percussive massage. So you can go ahead and just gently release the hands from the heart, from the belly. And I invite you now to go ahead and place the palms together and just start to rub those hands. Feeling that heat, that energy in between the fingertips. If you're like me and some days you're really stressed, you might be more vigorous. Or if you're a little more tired, you get to go at your pace with this. So for percussive massage from head to toe, we're going to start relaxing the body. So we're going to begin with the scalp. So I want you to go ahead and place the hands on the scalp. So we're going to give ourselves a little head scratch here. Scratching the scalp. Again, just go where you're comfortable. I tend to like things rather vigorous, so I'm a big scratcher and tapper, but sometimes, you need a little more gentle, something less vigorous. So just very gently now, as you continue to breathe nice and deep, just give yourself a little percussive massage. Taking your time, caring for the physical body, so that we can start to boost our own spirits. From here, we're going to move on to the muscles of the face, and I like to take a light touch with the fingertips and just drum or tap on the forehead, the cheeks. Not sure how this will sound with my mic. You might hear all kinds of stuff. Under the eyes, the eye socket, the cheekbone. Again, we want to be gentle and kind with ourselves. Vigorous is good. Punching yourself in the face, not so good. Let's move down to the neck. And now we're going to move onto the chest and down the arms. So again, I like vigorous, but do what's right for you. We're going to tap down. So this percussive massage is a form of body tapping and is very good for waking up your circulation if you're feeling sluggish or tired during a busy work day. It's also good for lymphatic drainage, for helping move toxins and things through the body. Let's go ahead and keep going with this. Again, going at your pace, giving that belly some love. I know for me, this is my area that it's tough to give love, but just think about all the great things that your body does for you. Get those feet, how it keeps you going day in, day out. Let's give it a little attention right now. Good. And then after our percussive massage, finish it up. Get that booty. You're breathing. Good. We're going to finish our percussive massage with a brush off. So you can begin with one arm and just nice and soft brush, 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 brush. After all that nice, vigorous movement, just gently brushing the body smooth. This might be a little new agey for some of you, but this is said to help cleanse the aura of negativity. A lot of my yoga students giggle a little about that, but I kind of like it. Take the hands above the head and just smooth it down, getting that negativity out of your energy field. This is a great thing to do, imagining you have a little bubble around the head when maybe somebody's really irritated you or you're just feeling really frazzled. Imagine you've got this beautiful, iridescent, sparkling bubble around you and that it's clean and smooth. Good. Finish your aura brush off and then gently rest the hands down. Take a couple nice deep breaths here. Good. Always remembering to breathe. That is the root of our self-care. From here, let's start to warm up the body a little bit further from our seated position. Make sure again that you are comfortable and you are breathing. I'm so glad that you're here. From here, we're just going to breathe up and bring the arms up and down. 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Again, just thinking thoughts. Be nice to yourself during this time. 1 more time. Inhale. Nice clean oxygen coming into the body. Good. Let's place one hand down, other hand up, and reach over to the side. If you want, you can look up towards the ceiling. Sometimes you'll get a nice neck stretch that way. And come on down. Good job. Other side. Reach. And fold. Good. Nice stretch down your side body. Maybe take a minute and shrug those shoulders, dropping them down from the ears. I'm always telling my yoga students, relax the muscles of the face and jaw. So much of the time, everything is all clenched up here and we don't even know. This is time for you. All right, let's go into some nice torso circles now. So I hope you'll enjoy this. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. Perhaps you'll gently close the eyes, shutting out external stimuli. We're just going to draw a circle with our torso. Big or small, your choice. So we just go one way and then the other. This can work into the abdominal region, the hips. And you can kind of rock on the hips a little, lifting up and down, or keep it a little more isolated. Good. You can try the other way whenever you're ready. Nice and big or little. And just reflect on your energy today. Giving yourself a nice little mental pat on the back for showing up, taking the time for you. Good. Maybe 1 or 2 more. These moves are just suggestions. Make it your own. Good. Nice big inhale and exhale, completing your circle. Good. And just notice how you feel. Notice your heart beating in the chest. Notice your muscles. Notice if you're starting to get a little bit warmer, or if you're a little cagey, you want to do more movement, and adjust accordingly. All right, guys, so we're going to start to warm up the body further, working through boat pose. So you're great facing me. I'm just going to go sideways so you can see what we're doing here. And again, depending on if you're a little anxious today or a little lethargic, you can keep this slow or you can make this a little bit faster. It's completely up to you. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to have our feet on our mat, our knees bent. If you're still seated in a chair for your practice today, then I'm going to show you a variation here in a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, bring our arms up, contract your abs in, and then we're just going to reach down where you're comfortable and back up. So for my folks on our mat, we're going to do this a few times with breath. So go at your pace. Now if you're feeling like you want a bit more today, perhaps you can lift a foot, maybe one or both. If you're feeling real feisty and you want to lift both feet, you can do that. If maybe this hurts your back and you're not quite here yet today, another option for you, and this is a great option for my chair people, would be hold on beneath the legs, or if you're seated in a chair, you can rest the hands on the knees and just curve through the spine. Maybe doing seated cat or cow, or any other move that feels good. Remembering to breathe. Eyes are a nice soft focus. Waking up that spine. So we'll do just a few more. Boat pose is an amazing pose to warm up the body, build a lot of strength, but it's also pretty intense for a lot of people. So just go where it works best for you. Let's do one more. Nice big reach. And then place your hands down. All right, for my mat folks, if you'd like to try this, we're going to go further into rolling like a ball. If you are seated doing any stretches you want to do, maybe more of the boat pose, rolling like a ball, we're going to scooch to the middle of our mat. Inhale, exhale all the breath out, and then roll back and up. So give this a try. Again, if this is not your cup of tea, you can go back to just carving that spine or any other stretches you might want to do. Maybe your legs are just out and you're reaching forward. That's fine. Make it your own. Rolling like a ball massages the back, massages the tailbone. And let's be honest, it's kind of fun, right? Can be fun. Let's do one or two more. And if you're having an angry day, maybe you want to get feisty with this, but do be careful. You don't want to go up into the head or neck. Complete one more for yourself. Good. Next time you come up, cross your legs and just reach forward. Chair folks, you can just reach forward, letting the body fold forward over your chair. Good. From here, guys, we're going to transition to hands and knees. So again, just do what you can today. So I like to just bring my legs around. Again, if your knees are a little bit tight, this is always a great opportunity to use a blanket under the knees. I'm a lucky girl. I love my comfort, so my mat is extra cushiony already. But you got to do what's right for you. Good. All right. So from here, from our tabletop position, hands and knees, we're going to take a moment just to stretch that spine a little bit more. So let's go into a little freeform movement here. We're going to be doing some circles with the torso and hips. You can make this your own. So torso circles, we're going to take the hips out to one side, back, other side, and then forward. So find out what works for you. Working through your torso, remembering to breathe. Know that each of us is special in our own way, and the practice of yoga is not a competition. You never have to feel bad or embarrassed if you're not flexible, or maybe you're not super in shape, or you don't have the outfits, what have you. Just let those thoughts go. Let's try circling the torso the other way, or any other movement you prefer here. Breathing smooth. I try to tell people, your time on the mat is precious. It is not a time for judgment or cruelty. So just observe your thoughts. Observe sometimes the negative self-talk and stories we tell ourselves. And just say, nuh-uh, not here, not during yoga. Good, let's do a couple more. I won't allow it. Good. Nice job, you guys. Okay, before we start to make our way up to our standing poses, we're going to do one more really nice stress relief pose called Thread the Needle. So for Thread the Needle, and again, if this doesn't work for you or you need to get off the knees, please feel free to do what does. We're going to take from our hands and knees position, one hand out to the side, thread it through behind the other hand, and rest that head and shoulder on the floor. So just take a couple deep breaths here. Feel that opening in between the shoulder blades. Relax the muscles of face and jaw. You can always come out of a pose if it is uncomfortable. Take one more nice deep breath here and thread the needle. And on an inhalation, slowly come back down. Come back to your hands and knees. And then we'll do the other side when you're ready. Hand out to the side, thread it through, rest on the shoulder, head comes down, opening the backs of the shoulders. Now, most of the classes I teach are geared towards beginners, but there are a lot of variations of many of these poses for more intermediate advanced folks. You can always take an arm up or behind the back for a bind, opening that shoulder further. You can also tuck up your toes. One of these days I'll create a little more intermediate class, because I know there are some yogis out there who are pretty good at poses. But remember, it's not about the pose. It's about the mind, the breath. Breathing in. Slowly come up when you're ready, guys. Good. And just do any little moves here. Shaking it out, no tension. Good. All right, from here, guys, we're going to transition to some lunges together. Just starting to make our way up to standing. So from hands and knees, let's go ahead and start with downward facing dog pose. And you may want to keep your knee cushion because we're going to do a couple lunges. So let's go into downward dog and just lift your feet, lift your legs straight up, hips up rather. Pull your belly muscles in, and just feel free here to walk the dog, dropping one heel and then the other. Yep. Just starting to really stretch the backs of those legs. Get that good stretch in, that good self-care, right? How are those legs doing today? How are you feeling? I wish we were in class together so I could hear. Good. All right, guys, from here, we're going to wake up those legs a little bit more doing some lunges. So you can take your right foot and just go ahead and step it in between the hands, or if you'd like a modified version, come down to the knees and then step that foot. So Again, from here, we've got foot in between the hands. Go ahead and rest that back knee on your mat. So from here, we're in a low lunge with knee down. And again, don't compare where you're at. Just make this your own. If you need to come up higher, you need to have the hips up, no big deal. We're going to alternate between shifting the hips back, straightening the front leg, peel the toes off, and then forward. So just give this a try. We're waking up the hips. Again, if you want to be more still, or if you're really tired today and you just need a rest, you can always go back to those hands and knees and sink back into a child's pose. There are a lot of options here. Lift the toes, shift the hips back. Just really waking up those hips. Nice easy breath, inhale. Exhale. Maybe one or two more. Good. Beautiful work. So next time you make it back to your lunge with that front knee bent, spreading those toes. From here, we're going to come up and again, go where you're comfortable. You can always take your stance in a little bit as well. I really like lunges, so I tend to go pretty deep. But that's not for everybody. So if comfortable, come on up. Good. And now if this is comfortable still, bring your arms up above the head, interlace the fingers, index fingers touching. See if you can do some back and side bends here. Open the chest. Breathe in. Exhale. Coming up, see if you can lean to the right. Good. How you doing? I love this one for the hips. Inhale, see if you can lean to your left. Good. Inhale. One last thing we'll try here. We're going to try a twist. So I want you to take left hand forward, right hand back. See if you can look over that right shoulder. Good. We're going to get a little fancy. I know I said this was beginner, but if you want to try, flip the front palm. Reach back, see if you can touch the back of that thigh. Just go where you're comfortable. You can keep the hand up higher, hand at the waist. Good. Nice big inhale. Come all the way down. Nice job. And let's take that foot back. Shake those hips out. Remember, if you're getting tired, open those knees wide. Come back into child's pose. Anytime. All right, let's try that on the other side. Come to your down dog. We'll flow through just a little bit faster. Getting warmer. Paddle out those feet. Contract those abs in. Good. Lift those hips nice and high. Pull the belly muscles in. Shake out the head, no tension. And then when you're ready, we're going to step that other foot in between the hands. So make your way there. Again, other knee is down. So this is my left foot, but whichever foot you have not done. Good. Making your way. Another thing too, if these lunges hurt your wrists, I work with a lot of business people and they have a lot of tight wrists from computer work. You can make your hands into little fists. I enjoy that. So from here, let's go ahead. Breathing. Let's start to warm it up a bit more. Shift hips back and forward. Go at your pace here. Maybe just, again, this is about you and your yoga. So just really connect with the body, how it's doing today. Maybe wiggle those toes. Notice if one leg is different than the other. Couple more rounds here. Good. And feel free to hold any stretch you like. These lunges are so good for people who run or walk a lot. I'd say 95% of adults have tight hamstrings. Tight hamstrings and hips. Good. Nice big inhale. And when you're ready, come to that forward lunge again. All right, remember, you can bring the feet in, make it your own, and then if it's comfortable, come on up, arms up, back bend. Feel that great stretch in the front hip flexor, getting into the IT band. All of these areas that are actually pretty challenging to stretch. Good. Let's come to center and then try to lean over to your left or other side. Nice big inhale. Float up when you're ready. And then to the other side. Relaxing the muscles of your face. Good. Come back to center. Let's try that twist to the other side. So this time, right hand forward, left back. Look over that shoulder. And I know, again, a little intermediate. Come to child's pose if you need. Let's try that back bend. Back hand down. Front palm flips. Reach back. Head can look towards the hand, or if you prefer, over the shoulder. Good. And when you're ready, windmill the arms forward. And let's step that foot back. Good job. Shake out the glutes, shake out the hips. And let's slowly go right into downward dog on this side. Great job, you guys. Let's stretch our hips just a little bit more. You're doing a wonderful job. Just breathe and relax. All right, from here, let's go into three-legged dog pose. Lift one leg towards the sky. Again, you can be down at hands and knees if you prefer. Bend the knee, open the hip. These are all just lovely hip opening stretches. If you want, you can point and flex that foot. Good. And then come down, other side. Again, if it is comfortable for you. We're going to be coming up to standing here in a moment. So if you're over this hands and knees stuff, you can come on up. Other leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee. Good. And slowly lower down. From here, guys, let's walk hands and feet together. Let's take the pressure off of those wrists and just let that upper body hang. Release any tension. Ragdoll pose. So we're in a forward fold. We're hanging forward, but just let that torso go. If you want, you can do little bounces, little gentle sways. Letting gravity stretch that spine. Take a big sigh or exhale. In yoga, it is always okay, at least in my classes, to audibly breathe, to audibly let go, to audibly exhale. Good. Take one more nice deep inhale and exhale here in our fold. Good. And then we're going to very slowly make our way up to standing. We're going to do a twist before we do. So your feet are about hip width apart. You're going to place your left hand in between the feet. Bend your knees as much as you need to here. And then we're going to take right hand up. Look towards the ceiling. Good. Nice twist. Contract those abs and notice where this stretches your back. And down. Good. Other side when you're ready. Reach. Reach, reach. Maybe wiggle those fingers. Practicing a little care for those hands, those wrists. And then down. Let's go ahead and slowly bend your knees around through your spine, making your way up until the head is the last to come up. Good. Now I know I'm almost cut off here, but it's okay. We're going to work with it. Let's do just a couple little stretches here in standing, and then we're going to make our way back down. You guys are doing great. Roll those shoulders back. Good. And then from here, standing nice and tall, let's take a moment. Inhale, arms above the head. Thread those fingers together, and then lean to one side. Inhale, center, other side. Great. Arms down. One more time. Or we're going to try a little added change. So if you want to try a little balance with me with those side stretches, crescent side stretches, cross one foot in front of the other. Feet can still be close together. Make sure your hips are still underneath. Your booty's not going back. And then from here, inhale, arms up, over to one side. It's just a little bit deeper stretch in the hips. Up. And other side. Up. Little added challenge here. Let's see if we can fold forward. And again, you can unwind those feet at any point. Just a slightly deeper variation. Breathe, relax. Good. Unwind those feet, slowly roll up. And then we'll do that on the other side. So when you're ready, cross one foot over the other. Arms above the head. And remember, your hips are in alignment with your spine. Don't let the booty get too far back. Inhale. Exhale, other way. Making the pose your own. Fold the body forward. Remember, you can bend your knees here. Release any tension. And then very slowly begin to unravel those feet. And now we're going to make our way down to seated, guys. We're almost done with our practice today. So go ahead and come down to a comfortable seated position on the mat. Good. There we are. You can move your blanket out of the way if you need to. I'm going to face you at this point. So let's go ahead and make our way down. We're going to go into bound angle, or in fitness world, butterfly. Bring your soles of the feet together. Begin to tune into the breath once again. Hold on to your feet. Inhale. And exhale, fold. If you'd like, you can reach the hands forward. We're beginning to come back to a calm, relaxed position. Take one more breath in your bound angle. And then very slowly, once you're ready, begin to come up, just noticing how you feel. So we're going to finish, before we go into a brief meditation, with reclined pigeon. So you can do this seated as well, which I'll demonstrate first. So you're going to bring your knees up, feet in front of you, and then you rest your hands behind your hips here. Yeah, so you're here. And then you're going to cross one ankle above the knee. And if it's comfortable to do so, slowly start to come up. Yeah? So this is a great seated stretch. For a lot of adults, their hips are very tight, so this might be a good option for you. If you are comfortable here, reclined pigeon is the exact same pose. You'd come to the middle of your mat, except you'd bring knees to chest. And then cross right knee over right foot over left knee, and then pull towards you. So take a few breaths here. If you'd like to at this time, just begin to soften the muscles of the face, connect with breath. Start to allow the body to rest down towards the earth. Take one more breath in your posture of choice. And then slowly come down and switch sides when you're ready. Crossing the other ankle over the other knee, bringing that knee to you, or if you're seated, slowly bringing the chest towards the leg. Another modification is you can cross the ankle lower down on the leg, down by the ankle. I always welcome feedback, what you liked, what you didn't, so that we can practice together and this class can be accessible to you. Take one or two more deep breaths here. Good. And then when you are ready now, come to a comfortable seated position and close the eyes. Or if you prefer, you may lie all the way down in your Shavasana pose. Wherever you're at, I invite you now to gently close the eyes. Deepen your breathing. And come back once more to the intention that you set at the beginning of class. What does self-care mean to you? Take a moment. Allow the breath to be soft and easy. And give yourself a moment of gratitude and thanks that you took the time today for your practice. Know that you are good, that you are loved, and that you are special and important, perfectly imperfect, just the way you are. And through the practice of care for yourself, you can better care for others. Showing yourself love and gratitude is the greatest way that you can spread happiness and joy to those around you. Slowly now, everyone, begin to make your way back into daytime wakefulness very slowly. Again, you may stay a little longer in your meditation if you prefer. Keep the eyes closed or in a soft focus. I'd like to take a moment now and thank you for practicing with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Take a nice big inhale now. And bring palms together at the heart. Open the eyes if you have not. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day, week, and life. I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you. Namaste.